So I'm Jennifer Windish. I've been with Steak and Shake since 2013. We have roughly 15 employees at this location, and we serve about 428 people a day. And that's kind of based off this past year's numbers. So before our kind of remodels, Steak and Shake was a mix of being kind of a fast casual dine-in experience where you did have a server, and we had hosts and bussers and everything like that. And then it was a mix of having that drive-through. So our kind of goal was to always be as even on the inside as we were on the outside, which is kind of hard because it is two completely different realms of actually serving guests. I mean, our shakes are constantly voted as #1 in any of those small surveys, and they, you know, we've moved along with them. We've gotten new technology for the shakes and for the burgers, so kind of adding these to our kind of realm of technology has been awesome. So we really were not sure of what to expect, especially with this kind of changing environment. This is a company that, you know, we're 87 years old. So this is a company that started in the Great Depression. It was a family-run business, and it's interesting to kind of see how we're moving forward with these kiosks during kind of a changing time, just like the Great Depression. So we've had to make a lot of changes, but they've been a really good way to kind of honor our founder from 1934. I mean, Gus Belt was with this company until the 80s, I believe. So yeah, it's a great way to kind of honor him, especially because we're going through the same kind of weird changes country-wise right now. So this has kind of allowed us to kind of move forward, and we can really focus on just the guest experience and helping them with the kiosk instead of running up, taking an order, speeding off, trying to make sure we get that order in before all the other guests. So they really have kind of made our lives easier. It has been a huge change from having the dining room and the servers. They were installed. The installers came in a little bit earlier in the morning. They came before we opened, and they got these in faster than anything I've ever seen before. They got them up and running, and they looked great. We're using them strictly at that time just to do carry-out orders, kind of as a test until we could finish the construction. So it was great for the guests because we were allowed to reopen our dining, at least our carry-out area, so that they could come inside. And before that, we didn't have the option for them to come inside. So, I mean, the installation was great. They were very quick, and they were, from day one, they kind of walked us through it all. They did come back to walk us through it again if we did have any issues. So yeah, they've been great so far. So we reopened on October 13th at 10 a.m., and we had closed the dining room in April of 2020. So day one, we had probably about a partial full dining room, which we'd been closed for 1.5 years, so we were surprised by that. The customers really enjoyed it. We had a lot of our regulars come in that day just to support us, especially with the kiosks and being allowed to come inside again. So it was great. We got to have the families in, we got to have kids in again. These kids love the kiosks. The older generation seems to enjoy being able to kind of look at them, get that they like to joke that they have trouble. We joke the same, that, you know what, we don't know how to use them all that well either. We'll just scroll right through and learn together. So it's been a learning experience for sure. But they have honestly been a great tool for us to kind of move forward. You know, in drive-through, you only have that kind of split second to kind of really engage your guest and to really give them a great guest experience. With these up here, they're kind of able to do their own thing, but we're still able to actually talk to them, which is great because it was almost 2 years of us just kind of trying to be as friendly as we could in 3 seconds flat. So this has really given us the option to really get to know our guests again. So having that cash kiosk system allows, especially during a rush or when we are busy or this day and age a little shorter staffed, they are still able to kind of come up here, help themselves. We can still kind of walk them through the process, but they are not waiting on us anymore to try and get up there to a register to help them, which, you know, is great. They like to come in, they like to get their order done, they like to go sit down and wait for it. So they're not standing up there anymore, especially this time of year in the cold with 20 other people up here. So our checks increased from about $10 to we're sitting at about $13.75 at the moment. We went from doing about 10,000 to anywhere from 15 to 19,000 a week. So yeah, we're kind of just doing this. It's our trial, getting ready to move into the summer, where we should pick up to about probably 25,000 a week, which will definitely be nice. Just kind of like anyone, we were as iffy about bringing in new technology just because we've done it for so many years, writing it out by hand with menus. And this has been an absolute godsend for us. They have made our lives easier. They've made the guests' lives a lot easier. And it just improved everything overall restaurant-wise for us. Oh yes, I would recommend these in a heartbeat, yes.